Hello and welcome to the first session of Fabula Ultima, aka how me and my gamer friends got reincarnated into legendary heroes. We're trying something out, a little bit of a video format Erik has set up for us on the table. And we're going to be adding something new to our sessions, and we don't even do it in our main podcast. So let's go for some music. This music is provided by Michael Gelfi. I'm probably butchering that name, but pretty much he just creates great music for tabletop role playing, and it's free to use. And as long as we give him a shout out, a-okay. So definitely check him out. We'll be posting links in the description. But anyway, to the players that I'm with, I have Erik.
Hello, hello.
I have Jimbob at the far.
Hello.
I don't like that movement. Never do it again. And then I have Pat.
What's up?
And of course, my name is Cameron. We are normally the host of the Arclight podcast. There'll be links to that in the description as well. But today we're playing Fabula Ultima, a new tabletop RPG, inspired by JRPGs and anime for the most part. If you've checked out the session 0, you've seen us building the world, which is henceforth only referred to as the planet, and the main kingdoms or continents that are on the planet, and some of the world history. I believe you can see some of that map on the camera. There it is. We forgot to add that in last time, but here it is. Anyways, yeah, so if everyone is ready to go, I have a full text document to begin. So,
Hey, yo.
Pat,
Yeah.
you got it.
What do I got?
All right.
Ligma.
You all feel it. The falling. It goes on for what feels like ages. All alone, plummeting into the dark. After several moments of dread, a light appears. As you approach at a rapid pace, you can barely make out the circular shape that you're coming up to. And there isn't just one, at least two others. And you can see before you crash, or at least you thought you would crash, this glass pane is illuminated. And as you are looking down over it, slowly an image begins to spiral out from the core. Pat. You float there above the light, watching as this spreads. Soon the image is fully realized. Before you is a stained glass image. A man with brightly lit crimson eyes. His armor chest piece is a dark metal, and it reminds you vaguely of what the Greek hoplites wore back in ancient normal human history. However, unlike the hoplites, the legs are armored with a dark plating, as are the arms, and the gloves come to a short point at the fingertips, like claws. Fur lines the collar of a thin cloak draped around one of his shoulders. While you're observing the armor, you see one of his hands gripping a hilt. And then you follow this image, and you see a blade that almost would look ordinary, besides deeply carved runes along the midsection. And then you hear it in your head. A voice that seems empty. I am a fallen knight, damned to be without a home. Will you change the fate of my people? Erik. You float there above the light, watching as it spreads. Soon the image is fully realized. Before you is a stained glass image. A elf, or at least a humanoid with pointed ears. The skin is lightly tanned, and his features are sharp. The hair is auburn, and his eyes are hazel. Besides his ears, your eyes are then drawn to the staff that he has firmly in his grip. An excellent carved, or even chiseled piece. A crystal-like formation nestled at the top. The robes he wears are a soft green and black. High fashion, you might even say. On the shoulder is some type of crest. It depicts a silver crown and scepter above a violet field. And then You hear it. A detached, cold voice. Seemingly empty. My people were rooted in tradition, so I turned my back on them and left for a life worth living. Will you live up to what you and I have always wanted? James. Like the other two, you are floating above this light, watching as an image is spread on this glass pane. You see a hulking figure, gray skin tightly bound around large muscle. Gray. Almost looks like leather. An orc? You can assume so from the tusk protruding from the jaw. And he seems to be young, whatever that means. The eyes are a piercing blue, and there's a hood that covers the hair, but you see some rolling out of the side. It's jet black. His armor is simple leathers with the hooded cloak. Resting up on his chest is a bow and quiver. There are red splotches on his hands, and they seem to be dripping. Blood, perhaps? And then you hear another voice. Well, a voice. I thought I was using my gifts to collect coins, but in the end, all I was collecting was regrets. You won't be able to replace what I've stolen from this planet, but will you be able to make something from this darkness? One thing is common between these pictures. Their faces are shifting, slightly, their features becoming vaguely like your own. As you start to hover closer, waves of energy pulse up and down you. Emotions swelling, anxiety peaking. All aspects of the human senses firing at once. Your hope, your ideals, even your memories from before begin to fade away. Everything you thought you once knew scattered like a far-off dream. You're empty now. However, not for long. Slowly you feel it. Familiar parts of yourself are being put back. Key memories that make you who you are. The bonds that you share. But someone else is there. You all feel them. However, they're all locked behind some type of door. Where the key is, you don't know. And then you all hear this next phrase. A scattered dream that's like a far-off memory. Or far-off memory that's like a scattered dream. I want to line the pieces up. Yours and ours. Then suddenly you're dropped onto the glass, crashing through it into the darkness. All at once you get the same feeling. The feeling you get when you're dozing off. The weird in-between moment where you're awake but not. After a couple seconds to break off that, you begin to smell it. Mildew. Dank air. Ancient. It's unpleasant. And then, as you're sitting there in this mildewy space, you begin to hear it. The rushing of wind. Strong wind. Battling against whatever this room is that you find yourself in. And then, finally, when you almost shake off this haze, you hear something else. Something closer. You hear the breathing of something else in this room with you. What would you all like to do?
What can we immediately see?
You are in darkness.
Okay.
All you can hear is this exhaling, deep breaths, and you can hear the wind outside this chamber.
Question: can we like see each other?
So you look around,
Mm-hmm.
and you blink a couple times, and you do vaguely see two shapes in the room with you.
Okay.
Is the breathing coming from those other two shapes, or is it a third source?
As far as you can tell, there's nothing else in the room immediately making noise.
I just like give out a hello.
Hello?
You immediately can recognize Pat's voice, and Pat, you immediately recognize Eric's voice.
Eric?
Pat,
Where
Where-
are we?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
I cannot see anything.
Dude, what's going on right now?
Is there someone else here?
No.
Hey, yo, is that Jimbob?
Jimbo?
Maybe.
Hey, yo. Jimbob.
That's me.
But wait a second. This doesn't explain where we are.
Just went on a bender. You know how it is.
I find that hard to believe because I don't think Harry's house gets this dark.
That is true. I'd like to feel around, like, maybe, can I find a wall?
Yeah, you're able to. This is like the size of a bedroom, basically.
Okay.
And you're able to find a wall.
Is it, like, stone, or is it, like, plaster?
The floor is some type of smooth stone,
Mm-hmm.
and as you're touching, feeling, you do feel the wall to be also some type of like more cobble, just like foundational piece.
Is it, like, bricked, or is it, like...
No, this is like cobblestone.
Okay.
So nothing really bricked, but it does feel more like a wall.
It doesn't feel like an inside of a cave.
No, this feels like
Okay.
a wall.
Um,
Whatever that means.
I'll just... You guys, everyone spread out. Let's find an exit. I'm going to keep touching this wall, and I'm going to go clockwise.
As
Okay.
you guys are going to begin to explore in this room, you start to think about where you are. You have no idea. And you actually can't even remember what feels like anything. The only thing that you really know is that the three of you are friends, and that you've been friends for a long time, and that you have other friends. But really anything besides that, you can't recall.
Guys, any chance you guys remember what we were doing before this?
I have no idea. I just woke up in pure darkness.
Do we still remember that, like, vision we had?
Yeah. Each of you do remember. It's like it feels like a fever dream, basically. Like you're not sure if what you experienced really happened.
Yeah. I just had the wildest, like, dream. Right?
Right, okay.
I've never dreamed about orcs. And I dreamed about an orc that had this, like, this edgy looking orc with a bow and quiver.
Huh. I find it hard to believe you haven't dreamed of orcs before, Jimbob, but go on.
Well, it is true. I've never dreamed about orcs before. I don't know. It felt like really real.
Huh.
It's funny you say that because I dreamed about also an edgy man with a fur cloak, and
Was it you?
no, but
Because I'm not an orc.
I'm not. I don't know. He looked cooler than me. And he had a really cool sword. And then that's all I remember. And then he said something to me. It's fuzzy at the moment. But then I just woke up and now I'm here.
Yeah, now you guys mentioned this, I do think I remember having a dream recently, but I didn't think anything of it. I actually dreamed of some elf-looking dude. But I mean, that's nothing new for me. I have fantasy dreams all the time.
It's usually elf-looking women, though, right?
How did you know?
I always know.
Fair enough. Okay. Anyways, you guys find anything yet?
Have we scanned these walls? Is there an exit yet?
Jimbob, I say with you having touched up on the wall, you are able to find something that feels like wood.
Okay.
And not the kind that you're hoping for. No.
Damn.
I was gonna make the joke.
No, you find like a wooden door.
Okay. Is it like a latch system? Is there hinges? I'm just gonna start pushing. Fuck it.
You give it like a good push.
Yep.
It just kind of rocks a little bit.
Huh.
Can I try? You need help?
No. I
Oh, okay.
I go to like elbow check the door or shoulder check
It
the door.
opens.
Okay.
It just.
Is there any light?
and just slams up against the
Stone.
stone. No, there is no light, but from your eyes adjusting, you do see that it's actually a stairwell descending down. That it immediately opens up to this like I don't know, small platform that then immediately goes into like a spiral staircase down.
I found a way. I won't say the way out, but it's out of this room.
Sounds good enough for me right now.
Pat, go first.
What do I gotta go first?
Pat, go
'Cause
first.
it's not me. I found the door.
All right. I'll walk out the door first, I guess.
You step through, and yeah, that's about it. You step through. I mean, nothing. It feels like a normal staircase.
Go down the stairs, Pat.
Jimbob, being really bossy.
Yeah.
You
No.
go down the stairs.
Okay. I go down the stairs.
Okay, so he brushes past.
Fuck you.
Rude.
I stay behind Pat.
I touch your
though.
ass as I walk by.
Oh, damn.
Feels very firm,
Ooh.
tight.
Look,
Almost.
are we still in pitch black dark?
Yes. I mean, your eyes are adjusting, but
As long as we're in the dark, no one touch my ass. It makes it way weirder.
It's not weird in the light?
Not as weird, because I don't know where it's coming from.
It was me. I keep walking.
I once can stay behind Pat because I have horrible night vision, so I will definitely, or at least, yeah, I have horrible night vision.
you can see perfectly fine.
Oh, can I?
I mean, it's still dark, but you don't feel like you're at a disadvantage in the dark in the nighttime.
Okay, okay. Most of the welcome change, but I'm still gonna stay behind Pat because if I'm tripping and falling, I need Pat to catch me.
All right. We moving?
Yo, by the way, Pat,
We should move.
Yeah.
you been working out? Your ass?
I don't appreciate you looking at my ass.
I wasn't looking. I felt it. I was just commented like, you been doing squats? What, like?
Nah. Honestly, no.
So as you're going down and this conversation is happening, all of you notice as well, there seems to be some type of lag with your movements.
Huh?
Like, you're like, I want to walk. And then there's like a couple second delay, not even second, millisecond delay of like the body reacting. And it's almost like, in some of your cases, it's faster, it's slower. But it's
Yeah.
definitely not like moving your body as you know it right now.
Damn, I must be really hungover right now.
But
One hell of a party we went to, boys.
then you're walking and you reach what feels to be like a landing.
Okay.
Like you've reached another floor.
Okay.
And you can clearly tell, you know how when you're in an empty room, like a dark empty room, you can kind of, you get a sense of the room, like you're like, man, it's like really fucking dark in here, so the room's gonna be really big or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you kind of get that sense that you're in some type of circular like landing, and you can't see anything in the room. It's still dark, but you're definitely on some type of like floor, and the staircase keeps going down.
God damn, how long is these stairs?
Where's the fucking light switch?
Yo, facts, dude.
You reach the floor, the next floor down, same thing.
Oh my god.
Whose fucking house are we in right now?
I don't know. I don't remember anybody having this many stairs.
I'm gonna try and like run down the stairs, like try and just get through the stairs as fast as possible.
Okay.
Because I'm like, all right, there has to be an end to this, so I'm trying to like get to the end.
So you kind of pick up the pace going down the stairs.
Yeah.
You start to see some light. From what you can tell, you went down 3 stories, and you see this door that has light coming, like just enough light to like kind of shine underneath it, like it's peeking through. And I'm gonna say that you're in the front. And as you're running towards the the door, you kind of hear something on the other side.
Guys, there might be something up here. I also see the light, so we're getting close.
Okay, fucking finally, dude.
But
Yeah.
Maybe we should proceed with
Hold
caution.
up.
Figure out whose house we're in.
What the fuck is that? You guys hear that?
No, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, wait a second.
All right,
Now I hear it.
All right, we need to chill.
And then you, and then so that continues. Like you just hear like this weird grunting, like in like muffled, like clearly not English being spoken, on the other side of this door, and you hear like the soft cackling of a fire, on the other side, and the wind is still like you're like it's like you're like in like a what would be like a winter storm basically is what it sounds like.
Okay.
Also,
So-
side note, I want to change the song, but I don't know what's gonna come on because we're doing it live. So I don't want to put something on that's like super combat heavy and then that not call for it. So
It's up to you. So, like, I would say we could knock on the door, but we're inside already?
Yeah, it looks like we're inside going outside.
Oh, that's strange. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but
So I'm gonna screw it. I'm
So,
just gonna.
listen. We just gotta act like we should be here.
All right.
I mean, that's how I act anywhere I go.
Just puff out... Not me. Just puff out your chest.
Mhm.
Pick
So
up
wait-
your chin.
Wait, can I start to like see them now that we're closer to light? Like what they look like, or no?
no, the door. Oh,
Yeah, it's
them?
like behind a door.
Yeah.
It's you can see like when you get up to it. I'd say this. So when you're actually trying to not worry about what's on the other side of the door, you're in the front still. So you kind of see as you approach. And you guys haven't really been noticing it. You just thought it was like just general noise of you walking. You like kind of clank up to the door, like what sounds like armor. And
Yeah.
you look down at your feet as you hit the like the final landing. And you look down at your boots, and you're like wearing like some edgy, like pointed, dare I say, Dark Knight boots.
What the hell? Where
Yeah.
did I get this drip?
Damn, Pat, you're clanked up.
And then you guys look at him, and you can't really see his face or any like the upper torso is still mostly shrouded, but like Pat is wearing some like dope ass like armored greaves, like.
Damn,
Oh.
Pat.
And he's also looking really thin.
See, you have been hitting the gym. I was off.
I'm gonna look back at Jimbob and see if him.
You cannot see his orcish features, but you also clearly see that he is like, it's just enough light to tell that he's also like wearing some type of leather pants or clearly like archer. I don't know how to describe the kind of pants you'd be wearing, but it's very clearly something Jimbob would not wear.
Interesting.
And he's also looking a little bit thinner, a little bit more toned.
Yeah, we're all looking pretty tight right
Eric's silhouette is literally just a cloak. Like you can't really
Oh,
see. Like it's like the magic robe is just makes him look wider.
now.
You gonna open that door or not?
I'm gonna open the door slowly.
Like, act like we're supposed to be here.
Just throw that
So-
shit open, dude.
Yes, sir.
All right, fine. I'll just rip it open.
All right, so you just push the door open.
Yep.
Huh? You step in. Do you step in?
Yeah.
So, multiple things happen at once.
Okay.
Oh god.
The first thing I'd say you all immediately notice, well, Jimbob and Erik notice, it's not Pat standing in front of you guys, at least from the back. This is like, this dude has anime spiky hair, and like mainly in the back, and he has this longer furred collar cloak on, and underneath that you do see some type of metal armor, like. And attached to his hip is like a sword.
Okay.
And he steps in, and you all see three small creatures that all three would immediately assume to be goblins. And they're like, and they like draw their weapons, which is like these little axes that they have, like little hatchets, and they ready themselves.
Goblins? What the hell?
Are we at Comic-Con right now? Like,
Where?
You know what? You talk about what the hell about the goblins. First off, who the fuck are you?
I look back.
yeah, who the fuck is this?
Who the
where
fuck are
Pat
you?
was?
Yeah, and then you clearly see an elven mage, if you had to guess,
Right.
with hair color like Eric's. And then you see just a fucking orc.
Jimbo, what the hell's wrong with your face?
That vaguely looks like Jimbob.
I start touching my. Do I have tusks or tusk?
You have tusks.
I start feeling my tusks. God damn, I'm gonna need a lot of toothpaste.
Wait, what color orc are you?
Gray.
He's gray.
Oh, okay.
I start looking down at my hands. Damn.
So you then hear the little sound of little feeties slapping on cold stone as one of the goblins is rushing towards you, Pat, right now.
Oh fuck.
He's flailing his axe.
I'm gonna try and pull out my sword.
Okay, you almost reflex like you pull out the sword and you level it right at the goblin's throat, almost like you yourself, Pat. Would you describe yourself as having sword training?
Absolutely not.
So this movement is done like someone with training. And you're able to pretty much level the sword immediately to the goblin's throat, stopping it dead in its tracks. But the other two do not stop and charge after you as well. So I'm going to say we're going to roll a little bit of a group initiative.
Oh god.
Which is, I believe initiative is on your guys' sheets.
Well, we have our our initiative modifiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it individual?
Well, it can be done as a group or be done individually.
Y'all don't want my initiative. I have -3.
Yeah, so typically
I have the best of a 0, I think, right?
I am -2, so yeah.
All right, and I'm
So is it a D20?
No, it's going to be based off of the dexterity stat, I believe.
A dexterity dice, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go first, Jimbob.
I can't see.
You got a 9.
9 with a initial modifier 0.
So 9.
Big 9.
That's probably the highest we'll get.
Yeah, because my dexterity is a D6, and I got -2
You guys,
already.
you guys are also going to be rolling, because you're technically
Okay.
supporting characters, and you need to beat at least a 10.
Well, definitely not doing that.
Well, I got -1 for my initiative.
And I got -1.
Oh, so as a group, we got 7. Right?
No.
No.
So,
Okay.
so basically, how it works is the supporting characters, when they pass a 10, they add +1 to the check. And you guys both failed, right?
Very much so. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you wouldn't have hit the difficulty modifier, which was just their initiative order. So the goblins are actually going to get to go first.
Okay.
So basically, little Gobby, he's coming at you with this axe. And basically how conflict scenes are going to work is they're going to have initiative first, and then you guys all go, and you pick which one goes first. And then the goblins go again. And then someone else that wasn't the last player goes. The turn order is not, like, the turn order is set between groups, but not players.
Yeah.
So Eric can go first on your guys' turn this time. He can't go again, but he doesn't always have to go first on the round. So you guys can change when you go per round, basically.
Okay.
The initiative just sets the initial order of the groups.
So they take turn combat.
Yes.
Time to cue up the battle music.
Hopefully.
All right. Well,
If anyone else has their PDF open and actually wants to go to the conflict scenes, that will help you guys see anything in related to that.
Okay, working on it.
I'm going to find something that sounds combat related. This sounds like it might do.
Man, okay.
There we go. That sounds
like it.
that sounds combat.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit.
This sounds like starting level combat music.
Now you have to learn your combos.
My combo's ready.
So
Oh jeez.
basically, also once you roll your accuracy, you're gonna want to roll. You're pretty much rolling to hit the defense of the creature that you're attacking. Pretty soft, like any other tabletop game, really. I'm just trying to bring this up. Page 58 is where that's at.
Okay.
So that way we can be educated within the first session as well. Alright.
There we go. Got it. Okay.
So, for future reference, initiative is dexterity and insight.
And insight. So should we
And
roll
it's
that
just
again?
the highest of those two rolls, right?
No,
Not added.
it's them together.
That-
So
that's
actually,
stupid
we're
attack.
gonna mulligan everything and do it by the book this time. So at the start of each conflict, player characters perform an initiative group check. This is a group check. This relies on dexterity and insight. So who is going to be the group leader for this check? Jimbob?
Yeah.
Alright,
You got a 14.
14.
14. Okay. And then would you guys also like to now roll?
Sure.
I'll try.
Because
Yeah.
it is a group check. So
I got a 15 minus 2, so that's going to be 13.
alright, so you pass.
I got a 6.
Alright, so you fail. Each supporting character that successfully performed the check will get a +1. So you're you said 14?
Yeah, so it's
It's now
15.
15. You each share a bond, so it'd be +1 again.
Okay.
Okay, so now technically is when you would roll. But you already rolled.
So it goes the supporting cast first, and then the main roll.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
pretty much beefing up your roll.
Okay.
So you've succeeded, so that means you've seized the initiative. So we're gonna go into the round. So this is PC turn.
Okay.
So any of you can act first.
Who wants to go first?
Is anyone else ready?
I'm gonna have my weapon out at
Yeah,
the
Pat's
guy,
already
at the
ready.
goblin.
Yeah, you're standing there. You can go first.
All right. I guess I'm gonna attempt to swing at this thing.
Okay, so you're gonna make that accuracy rating.
My dex plus my might. And I take the one of the two, right?
For damage. So you're gonna do your dex. Roll your dex might.
Okay, so. God damn it. That's my might
And now roll your dex as well.
and my dex.
Now total it up.
So that is 6 plus 1 would be 7 for the accuracy.
Okay. So you rolled 7, and their defense is. Let's see. You said you rolled a 7?
Yeah.
Okay, you missed.
Fucking Pat.
I guess that works.
So you go to swing, and instinctively swing. Like you're not really even telling your body to move. You're where you have the goblin, like you have your blade level to it. The other goblin quickly comes down and knocks the sword away before you go in for this like plunging into the next strike. So that would be your guys' turn.
Do I have my shield on me, or is that like a? 'Cause I did get one.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if like the situation that we were in, I had one.
Yeah, it would. We're say the shield is like on your back.
Okay.
So they're gonna get to go. Well, one of them will. So the one that smacked away your blade jumps in front of the other one and like snarls, and he's gonna go swing his little axe at you.
Uh-oh.
Why the hell are we fighting goblins? What is going on?
Yeah, what is the reaction to this right now?
Yeah, I agree with Jimbob on that.
All right, so basically, I rolled double tens.
Oh
Get
no.
fucked, Pat.
I'm dying session 1.
So basically, on when you succeed on anything that is a 6 up and it's doubles, it's a critical.
Oh
So-
shit.
So, good thing I took a picture of that table. So basically, when you get a critical, you get an extra thing called an opportunity, and you just kind of pick the one you want. So this guy is going to not only hit you, he's also going to apply a status effect on you. And he's going to apply dazed on you.
Get dazed on, nerd.
Oh,
Damn, get fucked, Pat.
So, if you want to look up what that does, while I'm going through the rest of the combat turn. So he applies daze to you with this attack. That's going to also do damage. And so that the high roll on that is going to be 10. So, and he has a what's your HP?
65.
Okay, so his is a high roll plus 10 physical damage. So he deals 20 damage to you.
Good
Get
lord.
fucked.
Also, dazed means it reduces my insight die by 1.
Oh no.
And that is going to be his go.
Okay.
So now it's back to you guys.
I'll take a go.
Okay.
So this goblin essentially leaps in front of you and immediately slashes you and pretty much catches you off guard and pretty much just doesn't really do 20 HP, yeah, but it's not. It's just it's a little bit of a across your arm with this axe.
I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, there's this little guy, and the other ones are getting riled up. Jimbob?
So I am going to I'm gonna do barrage.
So you pull out the bow.
Which means yes, I pull out the bow. I use 10 mind points to cast barrage.
And Jimbob, you yourself would say you have no bow skills, correct?
Um,
To the point of where you feel comfortable doing a barrage.
I'm gonna be real. I've tried to shoot a bow before and it went terribly.
Okay, so this is pretty remarkable, seeing you immediately raise this bow and you're about to fire off a barrage.
Shoot.
So what is the?
It gives me multi-2 / it increases my the attack's multi-property by 1 up to a max of 3. So I get 2 attacks pretty much.
So you perform a single accuracy check and compare it to the defense of every target.
That's multi-2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're gonna roll once and compare it to the to each target.
Can I use a Fabula point to re-roll that?
Yeah. Or what are you invoking?
Pat's getting pulled up on. I'm doing my bond.
Okay.
My friend. That's much better. So I got a total of 19.
So I believe 5 points. You guys are starting at 3. So drop that down to 2. But remember, someone keep track of how many you spend because the amount of Fabula points you spend equal XP at the end of the session.
Okay, so.
Yep.
So like, do we each have 3 Fabula points?
Yes.
Okay.
You probably have more, but honestly, we didn't write it down. So.
Right.
So that's a 19 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits. That hits both. A
Um,
19. What did you roll?
I got 2 9s and I get a +1.
2 9. So you critted.
Yep.
Which would be auto success.
I see.
Nice. Okay.
So what is a... How do you crit exactly?
Rolling
It's-
doubles.
Okay,
Matching
just doubles.
doubles.
Okay, doubles.
Matching double. Okay.
So like 2 9s is a crit. So that means you get to use an opportunity as well.
I'll do. Can I pick any of the 4? Slow, dazed, weak, or shaken.
No, opportunity can be anything. I mean, not anything. Opportunity has its own list, basically. So you can either do an advantage, something that gives you an advantage, which is a +4 to an ally, you or an ally. You can apply an affliction. You can create a bond towards someone or something, or add an emotion to one of your existing bonds. You can choose there's a favor. You can get information. You can scan, discover one vulnerability or one trait.
I'll do the thing that
Unmask.
gives a +4 to accuracy for Pat.
The next check performed by Pat will receive a +4 bonus.
Yes.
And you also roll the high roll. So what's the high roll?
So 9 + 8 for 17.
17 damage to each one.
Yes.
And if someone, while I'm writing this down, if you want to look up Fabula points for further clarification.
You're about to say, yeah.
Anyway, you said 17 damage?
Yes.
Alright, so you got them. So you...
And that'd be the two that are like right
Yeah.
in front of Pat.
Yeah. So just to clarify, distance doesn't really, like, there's no movement. What it comes
Right.
down to is, what do you want to do and who's going to get in your way? It's
Okay.
basically, so, Jimbob slams up against the wall, fires off these 2 quick arrow shots into these 2 goblins, and they both take it. And, they start to squeal like pigs, basically. It definitely hurt. And you take a moment, Jimbob, and you're like, holy shit,
I'm just like,
I'm cracked.
fucked.
Holy shit, I'm cracked.
Holy shit.
So now it's back to them. Let's see here.
It is we do all start with 3 Fabula points.
So it goes one of us enemy, one of us enemy.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's actually so since that's how it goes right now, since there's an even amount. But if there's ever more enemies than there is players, the extra enemy turns get tacked on.
Okay.
So this is one of the ones that hasn't gone yet. The guy in the back is
So like, if we had more than the enemy, like
yeah.
say there's one enemy,
So right now it's PC NPC PC NPC. If there was 2 more NPCs, basically it'd be like NPC NPC. So any extra
yeah.
NPC is tacked on to the end of the initiative.
Let's say it was like us 3 versus 1. Would it be like,
No, you don't get extra initiative.
fuck?
Actually, you might. I don't know. Further rule assessment would have to be required on that. But for now, one's going to swing again at Pat because he's in the front.
Pat, look out!
Pat, no!
Why does everyone keep attacking me?
What's your defense?
13.
This one misses.
Oh, sick.
So he goes-
Man.
He goes to swing, and he swings wide, and you're able to just quickly bring the blade up to catch the axe in like that little half part
Mhm.
there, and you pretty much parry that with remarkable swordsmanship skill. So
Holy shit.
truly, holy shit.
Holy shit! I just hit a clip.
And we're gonna say like this encounter has kind of moved you further into the room. So with that parry,
Okay.
I would say you slice up a little bit further into the room so you can spread out a little bit.
Okay.
All right, it's now your guys' turn. I believe Erik is the last one left.
Yes,
Yes.
it's my turn. So I immediately am sitting here watching these two pull off, like, Pat's sitting here sword fighting, Jimbob's, at least I think that's Jimbob, is sitting here slinging arrows like a mad lad. And I'm sitting here like, oh, come on, I gotta have something too. And I'm searching myself, I'm
Yeah.
searching, and I finally feel something kind of attached to my back.
Uh-huh.
And I pull it off, and I'm like, oh, please let this be something useful. And it's a stick with a crystal on the end. And I'm like, what is this supposed to... Wait, there's no way. And I stand there with it, and I'm like, if this is what I think it is, this is about to be awesome. And I go ahead, and I spend... Oh, goodness. As I'm sitting there trying to figure out, like, a chant or something, I'm like, there's gotta be something I can do to activate this. Jimbo, I'm looking for Entropist, if that's what we're looking for here.
Entropist.
Yeah. That you have it right
Everyone, be patient with us as we're learning the game, please.
Spells are on page
Eric just yells
192.
Ligma.
We're,
really
we're,
loud.
Yeah,
we're probably
okay, I'm
breaking
there.
all kinds of rules, but
I think
whatever.
Spells, maybe. Yes.
192.
92. 192. Oh my goodness. Right down a little bit more.
194 of the.
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay. I'm gonna sit there and I'm going to spend. I'm going to spend. How many mind points do I? Oh, I have plenty. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna spend 30 of my 65 mind points.
Jesus.
30.
30.
Okay.
Because one for each. It's 10 for each target.
Okay.
Up to 3 targets. As me trying to figure out, as I'm sitting here trying to focus and trying to figure out how to get this thing to work, my staff starts glowing a little bit. I'm like, okay, hold up, that whatever this is working. I sit there and I focus more. I'm gripping the staff. I got that grip, bro.
Gamer grip.
I'm sitting there like this. I got the fucking grip,
The
dude.
fucking cannon.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like shaking, and I'm like, okay, come on, come on. And I somehow cast Umbra.
Okay.
Which is instantaneous. A storm of dark energy turns matter into ash. Each target hit by this spell suffers high roll plus 15 dark damage.
Okay.
Now, I guess I have to roll for that, which is... What's my magic check again?
It
I
should
forget.
tell you
Yeah, I have it somewhere.
what the accuracy.
Oh, there it
is.
is. It is insight and willpower, which I have a D10 in both. Can I borrow someone else's D10? Thank you.
The
I only have
magic
one.
boy.
That a 12.
You beat it.
Nice. So they all get blasted for... Let me go ahead and...
What was the high roll?
My high roll.
Yeah, the highest
the
roll
10.
of the two, so the 10 plus
Oh.
15.
So
Oh,
it's 25
fuck.
dark damage to each one.
Holy shit.
I see.
Okay. So how much you said? 25.
25 to each.
Eric, what the hell did you just do?
Dude, I do not know, man. I... Whatever it was sick, though, wasn't it?
Two of them immediately get hit by this dark energy that seems to suck the life completely out of them, and they wither in front of you and turn to ash.
Holy
The two-
shit.
All that remains are the 2 arrows that Jimbob left in them.
You fucking killed him.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they were trying to kill us, dude. What else you want me to do?
It's true. It's true.
So one of those was the one that you were with, Pat. So
Okay.
you're holding its axe with your sword in the parry. It's just like it slides down to the hilt
Yeah.
of the blade, and the other one is just like it's in shock. It's shook, basically. And you see it looking at the doorway.
I think he's gonna try and run.
Jesus Christ.
What do we do?
So I also like to point out that when you saw Erik casting the spell, he was speaking in another language, some type of incantation.
Meanwhile, I was sitting here like, how the fuck do I get this thing to work?
I mean, you thought it was in English.
Yeah.
For a minute, you guys did hear Erik speak in another language, even though he didn't mean to.
Look, I don't know what you just did, but you just spoke in wingdings and killed 2 goblins. Or goblins.
And
What are
now
you talking about?
and now we cut to the last goblin, who was going to run at the door.
It is his turn.
Yep. So he looks to the 3 of you, drops his axe, runs to the wooden main door, which is like a double door, throws it open, and just starts screaming, like an alarm almost, running out into this wintry expanse you see.
Is it our turn?
It is now your turn.
So who's going first this
It's me.
time around? Jimbob's going first.
Can I get my D10?
Oh, yeah, my bad. There you go.
I'll just try to blast this guy in the back. No witnesses.
Jesus.
Ruthless.
That's a 12.
That is a 12 to hit. 13 to hit, sorry.
It hits.
And that comes out to 18 damage. Because my high roll was a 10.
This one hasn't been hit yet, so it takes it in the back and keeps going.
Well, it should have been hit. It got hit by Eric's thing, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, he dies. I forgot you targeted 3.
Yep.
So his withered goblin body finally gives out, and it almost like the arrow was the final bit, just turns the ash around it and and then that's all that's left.
Bro.
So I go up to the door and I close it.
So you close the main door, and you look around this room. You look around the room. 2
Mhm.
piles of ash. Formerly known as goblins.
Okay.
Some type of small fire. 3 sleeping bags. Well, sleeping mats, like hastily made out of twigs and whatever they could find. Nothing else in the room. No furnishings. Just another long hallway that seems to go into a further section of this ground floor. And there is torchlight down there.
I'm gonna start patting myself down, like, because I don't feel like I even knew I had a bow.
No.
I just took it out.
Mm-hmm.
I started patting myself.
Everything
down.
you guys did during combat wasn't almost intentional. It was like a instinct kicking in that you clearly didn't have before.
All right, guys, we need to figure this out. What the hell just happened?
You're asking a really good question here.
Pat says.
Why are we
full
dressed
dark.
in fantasy armor? Eric just shot a fucking blast at goblins, turned them into fucking dust, and Jimbob ruthlessly killed one as it ran away.
Well,
Yeah, Jimbo, are you a cold blood killer?
it just felt right. Like,
Yeah, he's a cold blood.
There's something you want to tell us, Jimbob? Besides you being a fucking orc?
I looked down at my hands.
You think back to the image you saw, the blood on the hands of the orc in the picture.
I don't know. I like pull out. I have like a few shurikens on me, and I'm like, am I like a ranger or a ninja or what here? Like,
That's a good question. I mean, apparently, whatever you are, I'm over here, some sort of mage, I guess. I'm like waving my stick around.
and I start looking at your stick, and I'm like, you really just casted magic.
I mean, yeah, I guess I did. I'm still trying to figure out how I did it, to be honest with you, as I'm sitting here still waving it around, like reckless abandon.
As you're waving it around, you do get a little bit of sparks that come out, like.
Ah!
Oh, put that thing away, Eric, please.
Okay, fine. I kind of just, like, I lower it. I'm still holding on to it with one of my hands, but, like, at my side now. It's just lowered.
As you guys are standing there, you hear it further down. Some type of low, guttural chanting from further in. I hope I pick a good song.
So, like, what you're telling me is there's still further down in this building that we can go?
And then you hear what sounds like drums. And you hear like absolute chanting coming from further in.
Oh.
Well, it seems like we interrupted a party.
I mean, to be fair, we must have had some kind of crazy party ourselves, so...
And that goblin
And the
did
shouting
yell.
and the shouting is getting closer and closer. Like and you see torchlight on the wall spreading.
Is there anywhere to hide?
No.
Come
There-
back upstairs.
There's the door.
We could leave.
Well, the goblin ran out and yelled, so we don't know.
But the
what that was
chanting's
doing.
coming from the other hallway.
Yeah, like so when you guys are standing by the front door, where there seems to be like what used to be like maybe like a this is like a I don't know what to call it, like the entryway
The
to
foyer.
the foyer to this tower that you were in. So this would be like the main landing. And then you see even further down, there is like a hallway that kind of turns off. So like, assuming that there is another attachment to this building that you have yet to explore.
Okay.
I say we leave.
I think
Yes,
I'd have.
because these guys are coming up on us.
Yeah.
I look down my hands. I feel like I could do this, but I don't think. I point to myself. I can do this.
I think I kind of agree. I'd like to maybe figure out more about our situation before we actually get into another scrap.
I agree.
And I will say that was in self-defense. Maybe not the third guy, but
As you say, as you open the door, and then you look out into this wintry expanse. So just from the light, you can see that this is like a courtyard area, and you do see like ruins that surround this exit way. But it is snowing. I'd say mildly, and there is snow on the ground. Visibility, I'd say, is decent. But yeah.
let's just. Does it? So we're in like ruins.
Well, yeah. So the doorway, the exit leads to what you would assume to be like the courtyard
Okay.
area.
Okay. Does it look like some big entranceway where you can just leave this, like area?
You step out into the courtyard.
Yeah.
You do see if you went to the far edge, you would probably find like a way out of the courtyard area, because it just seems to lead into more ruined structure, like just pillars and miscellaneous pine trees. But all of you step out, and you're looking for a way out, and you look up to the sky, and you notice two things of note. Well, three. There's 2 moons, and there is this strange, translucent energy flowing through the sky.
Hey, yo, gamers,
Almost
check it
like
out.
you're. I don't want to pronounce it. What's it called when like way up north, the Borealis?
Aurora boy.
Yeah, Aurora Borealis.
I said it right, I think, and then Jimbob came up with the
Boy!
yeah, but the Borealis is something in regards to that is floating above you.
Okay, so I immediately point the sky at the 2 moons. I'm like, hey, yo, boys, check it out. New moon just dropped. Moon 2.
We're in fucking Canada
New-
with the aurora
moon, who
above
dis-
us.
Well, I was about to say, honestly, with the weather out here, we might be in Alaska.
Ooh.
I don't think any of us could have gotten out of
Either
the
way,
States.
last
We
time I
are.
checked,
There are goblins though.
I don't know if we're in Alaska. When was the last time you saw 2 moons in the sky?
You ever been to Alaska, Pat?
I haven't.
Well, then maybe we're in Alaska.
As you guys are saying that, you do see from the open door back into the tower / other building, larger building. 2 goblins around the corner, and like they're running so quick they can't hit the brakes fast enough and kind of slam into each other on the wall, and then they point, and then they start charging out the door.
Well, let's
And-
start
and-
running.
Before I start running after Jimbob, I slam the door behind us, and I'm like, we gotta go!
So you run off into the.
I agree. We're running.
Okay. So you take off running into these ruins, and as you're running off into them, your body just kind of feels sluggish. Especially you, Eric. You kind of feel very like you took a lot out of you. First time
Right.
spellcaster and all.
Yeah. Obviously.
So you don't make as much ground as you would have hoped before they actually get out of the building. So they are actively on your tail. But you reach the end of this courtyard that goes into a more of a forest kind of environment,
Yeah.
like pine trees spread apart just enough. Yeah, like into this tree line basically. So it looks like this was some type of maybe watchtower in the middle of a forest, basically.
Okay.
The goblins are on your tail as you're running through these woods.
Should we?
I would like you guys to make a check.
Oh, okay. What kind of check are we making?
We're gonna do something involving dexterity.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be an individual.
Oh.
So basically, just roll a dex, a dex and a. Just roll a dex and a dex.
2 decks.
Big gaming.
I got a 9.
I got a.
Doubles.
I got an 18 crit.
My rolls are shitty today.
I got a 7.
So Pat, you fail. Pat kind of in this new armored form. Kind of trips up on himself a little bit with these spiked shoes. He puts a little bit too much stank on his step, and he just kind of gets it stuck in the ground, and trips up and rolls.
I got these here ye.
Yeah, you got the here ye's on.
Damn, Pat, your leg be too stanky.
Sheesh.
And one of the goblins catches up to you,
Shit.
and he's gonna get a swing on you. As you're trying to hurry to get up out of the snow. But don't worry about it. He fucking misses completely. So he goes to swing wildly on you, and you kind of do like a iframe roll.
Yeah. I do the fat roll from Dark Souls.
Yeah. So yeah. And then you stay in like this like blade ready position out to your side, super edgy pose in the snow. But then as you do it, an arrow lands in the dead set in between the goblin's eyes. And then you immediately instinctually look back to see if it was Orc Bob, and he does not have his bow drawn, or even like he like just looked back, and then, like you're like, wait a minute, who shot that arrow? And then before you can even comprehend, you see 2 more in the goblin, and it just falls on the ground.
No, thank you. I'm gonna keep going.
So you get up and keep running.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're meanwhile, while that is happening, you two.
Uh-huh.
Did you stop to look back when Pat fell?
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw that happen, and you're like, come on, hurry, and you're trying to get him to hurry up to run to you. And you turn around to run, and you see just like about 15 feet in front of you guys, peeking out between trees, you see cloaked individuals. Kind of they come out like in cover, and they fire bows, and they go back behind the tree. And you're like, so you look back again, and you see that there's more goblins chasing you. There's like at least a dozen.
I see them pull their bows and start to like, quote unquote, fire at us, and I'm like, wait.
And then they just go whizzing past you.
Yeah.
They're not waiting for us.
I turn, see them hitting goblins, and I'm like, come on, Pat, get the fuck up.
So Pat,
Got these fucking boots on.
so Pat catches up, and you guys, do you continue to run towards the rangers that are firing?
I'm not running towards them.
Do we take a right?
So you take a hard right, you plant your feet, and you angle, and you run into the more into the woods. You can hear back the whizzing of arrows. The goblins seem to have lost interest in you.
Good.
And they're chanting and yelling and dying as at least you saw at least 2 people peeking out.
Do we hear any screams from something that doesn't sound like a goblin?
No.
Okay.
Silent. Nice.
But as you guys run for a little bit while longer, you eventually, as you're running, like a figure steps out in front of you.
Hello?
Who?
Ah.
That would have been good earlier. Just flicking through songs. We'll see how this goes. It's called Tomb Guardian, so it might get pretty wild, but I guess we'll see.
Okay, cool.
Shout out Michael Gelfi or whatever his name is.
Thank you.
But so this figure steps out around the trees and this kind of stops you dead in your tracks. You see a gray cloak, fur on the collar, strong, sturdy leather underneath, 2 swords on his hip, and a bow strung around his back. And just underneath the hood, all you can see is this big beard.
Okay.
And he's like, friend or foe?
Friend. And I make the face like
The
please.
The inquisitive, like,
Yeah.
but what if?
Yeah, so he looks like all 3 of you up and down. And then you see 2 other rangers come up, like join next to him, with their bows out, like just kind of resting with an arrow knocked.
Okay.
And then they whisper something to him, and he kind of like looks past you guys, and you look behind you, and all the goblins that were chasing you are running away or dead.
Nice.
So the
Nice.
other rangers on the other side over there dealt with them. And he's like, so you're not goblins, clearly. However, anything that leaves the Ancient's Tower is usually never good news.
You know what? Honestly, I've been
Especially an orc.
What is
An
that
elf.
supposed to mean?
And a human with red eyes?
My eyes are red?
Hey, yo, your eyes are red, Pat.
Why didn't no one tell me this earlier?
What color are my eyes? They're blue.
Blue. Jimbob is staring at me hard.
Wait a second. I'm an elf? I gotta like,
Check your ears.
I gotta grab my ears and like, oh my god,
Yeah,
it's like a dream come true.
yeah. So he's just staring at the 3 of you. Strange.
Does he look like a human?
You, we'll
Is-
say he takes his hood off, and
Okay.
he is a older human male with kind of like graying hairs. And he's just like,
Does he have tattoos?
no tattoos,
Okay.
as you can see. And he's just staring at the 3 of you, and he's just like, so, if you're clearly not from here.
I don't even know where here is.
You're
Where
correct.
is here?
I told you guys we're in Alaska. Yes, you're correct. We're not from Alaska.
Are we in Alaska, sir?
We're from a state on the East Coast.
This is the Crystal Forest
The huh?
Who?
on Avalon.
I've not heard of that nature retreat.
And he like the 2 other people start whispering. He's like, well, so you're not from here. You're not goblins. You're definitely not normal
Well, hold on.
around these parts.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Follow us back to Kirkwall. And it's the least I could do for helping take out some of these goblins that were inside there.
It honestly sounds better than wherever here is at the moment. So lead on, sir.
Yeah, get out of the cold, you know.
And as he's turning around, he's like talking. He's like, "Man, you see so much weird shit during the solstice. People just start acting crazy." And the other one's like, they just start idly chit-chatting. And he's like, "Stay close. There could be more. The howlers get especially dangerous during this time of the year."
I stay close, and about like a few minutes later, I'm like, "What's a howler?"
To him?
Yeah.
Well, if you're not from Avalon, I don't really expect you to know. Howlers are just great wolves, basically.
I say, I stick closer.
So, where are you guys from again? It's
We are-
It's pretty strange just to walk out of the tower and
Well, I've never heard of Avalon, so I couldn't really. I don't know. Do you know the United States?
Oh, America.
I've never heard of such a place.
Hmm.
That's never a good sign.
Have you heard of a planet called Earth? Are we on Earth?
We are on the planet.
Yeah,
What do
but
you-
what is the planet called?
The planet?
What do you call those two balls in the sky?
The moons?
Plural.
Plural. Do they have the name each, or are they just moons?
Moons.
Okay. Is one bigger than the other?
No.
Gamers, we're not on Earth.
What is this Earth you keep speaking of?
It's where we're from.
Where we're from, there's just humans.
No, you're from Dagda. If I had to assume.
Hey, yeah, Jimbob, is that some sort of?
Is that a Ligma joke?
It sounds kind of like it. I'd have to say that, or it's some sort of
Dag these
Wait,
nuts?
how do you know? How do you know he's from Dagda?
Well, just because of the proximity that we have towards the other kingdom, I would figure it's so rare to see just an orc walking around these parts. And they're normally really inclusive, so,
Where's he from? And I point to Eric.
I mean... Are you pulling my leg?
no.
No.
I genuinely don't know. We have no idea where we are right now.
Where we're from,
All we know is that we're in some place called Avalon.
orcs, goblins, and elves are fantasy.
Yes.
Make believe.
He just kind of pinches his brow, and he's like, I never thought I'd see the day. The mana craze strikes again.
The who?
The what?
You guys have been hitting it a little bit too hard, huh?
Hitting what, sir?
Been smoking them magic rocks?
How do you smoke? Oh, well, I can see. Yeah.
All right. Enough questions. Save it for the Elder and Kirkwall.
The Elder?
So you didn't answer the question. Where's this elf boy
I
from?
have no more interest in entertaining these questions
Please.
from these clearly under the influence people.
Well, I can't say I'm not under the influence, but
I mean, who knows, honestly.
seeing magic happen, I might be on some acid or something. Like, let's be real.
I mean, to be fair, we've seen little green men running around trying to kill us. Speaking of which, Pat, are you okay?
Yeah, why?
Didn't you get hit by one of them?
Yeah, I mean, I feel fine.
He stabbed you pretty good.
He did. It hurt a little bit, but I mean, I'm fine. I will say, ever since I woke up, though, I've been on this. I've been constantly on the edge of being very angry.
Really?
Yes. I don't know what's going on. I just feel on edge for no reason.
Ever
So-
since I woke up, I feel dangerous.
The lead ranger is like, I know the feeling.
I feel troubled.
Trouble enough to fucking kill a running away goblin.
Well, it looks like goblins are evil-esque around here. Are goblins always evil?
These goblins are very evil.
These goblins. So there are good goblins?
I've never seen them, but I've heard stories.
Huh.
Okay.
Alright, take us to your leader or whatever the hell I'm supposed to say in this situation.
He's taking us there. He said
We're
he's taking us
currently,
there.
yeah, we're okay.
Guys, I think
What's
we
your
should
name?
stop talking and just keep
My name is
going.
Vernon.
Vernon.
Vernon?
I would give you my last name, but I don't trust you with it.
Understandable.
I don't even know my name.
That
Pat,
doesn't
you know your name.
Yeah,
surprise
come on,
me.
Pat.
My name is... Well,
Pat?
where I was originally from, it's Patrick. But I don't know who I am now.
Oh, we're
Are we-
reinventing ourselves?
Are we...
I
don't
got
know.
this. I'll set the stage. My
Oh,
name
God.
is Jimothy Bobbert.
Jimbob, that's not clever.
Clever to me.
I'm not calling you that.
You can keep calling me Jim Bob. It still works.
He's right. Damn it. It's just Jimbob is just an abbreviation at that
Get
point.
So-
fucked.
So Jimothy Robert. Strange. And one they refer to as Pat.
For now, I guess.
No, you gotta pick a name now.
I'd look edgy. I don't want to just be named Pat.
You gotta pick a name now,
I don't know.
so that.
And what about you?
You should go as Vernon.
Yeah, name yourself.
I'm
I
literally
can
looking
leave you
around.
here in these
No, I'm
woods
joking, please.
I look
and
around.
make sure you have the worst trip of your life.
I'm sorry.
I'm looking around. All I see is snow. Winter.
I like it.
Yeah, my
Winter full stop? Like Cher? Or...
He's not giving us his last name. I'm not giving him mine.
Oh, fuck.
Probably because
He
you
knows my
can't.
last
Probably
name.
because you can't remember it.
I can remember it, sir, but I'm not gonna fall for your tricks.
He remembers my last... He knows my last name, though.
And this,
He just
who
gives, like-
knows?
You've never thought you could hear such a deep sigh escape someone before. There's like almost like there's just disappointment.
We're literally making up aliases in front of
Yeah,
him. man.
And you're talking about how you don't know where you're from. You're saying all this crazy shit, and he's just like, "All right, when we get back to the village, I'm gonna need to confiscate whatever that drug you guys were on is. I don't want it getting around the village.
Listen, you can test our piss. I'm not on anything.
Why?"
What?
He just keeps walking. He just keeps walking. So as you guys are walking,
Yeah.
so like I said earlier, this is the Crystal Forest. This is just a almost pine tree. It's just mainly pine forest, and the snow in this area, now that you're actually like not running for your lives, is shines like grounded up jewels. So you can probably assume that's where it gets its name from.
Okay.
And yeah, so you're just walking through the woods. There's no path. Eventually, you do get joined by the other two rangers that were there, so totaling 5 altogether. There seems to be just a emblem on all their cloaks, and it's just a just a wolf, like a wolf's head. So eventually, after about like 2 hours of walking, you do breach the tree line. And you start to see underneath a little bit like snow-capped roof, basically. And you see kind of like a small village, like a little hamlet, appearing on the horizon. Yeah, so you can't really make out any details yet, but you do see you're coming up on the village, and you see some lights and smoke trails up into the air. Vernon is in the front, and he looks back to you. Now, until we get to the Elder, be on your best behavior. It's very rare that we get 3 of your type. Adventurers are common,
Goons?
but goons is exactly the word I would describe.
I'm sorry.
That's
Should have said
fair.
it.
That's fair. I'll try my best, sir.
Of course. I feel like as those hours went on, we were just like brainstorming Pat's name still. We were just workshopping.
What did you
it.
end up with, Pat?
All right. So I'm not gonna pick a name like Jimothy Bobbert. 'Cause I
Hold
at least
on.
need to have some dignity.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go by a simple name. Arthur.
Last name Morgan.
No. Just Arthur for now. Until I find out what my last name.
Well, at least I have a last name. You two. Fuck you.
I'd rather have no last name than my last name be Bobbert.
That's your fault.
Also, you gave the stranger your last name when he wouldn't give you his.
No, it's such a
There's apparently
That was a big
magic
fuck
wherever
up.
we are. What if he curses you?
damn. Oh, fuck. Last name's not Bobber
I
anymore.
cannot do curses.
Yeah, he's a ranger. Come on. Wait,
So?
no. Yeah, he did have a bow. Yeah, he's a ranger.
So?
I look down at myself. I don't have a magical focus.
Maybe the magical focus was inside you the whole time.
So after this little bit of a conversation, another half hour goes by or so, and you're getting closer to the town. the architecture of the buildings is kind of reminiscent of like what you would see like in a Viking village, but the layout of the village reminds you of like a western, old Wild West town. It seems to be some mixing of the two almost. However, the roads do look treaded on. It seems these people. This isn't the first snow they've wintered, basically.
Yeah, like the roads plowed at the moment.
As plowed as they could be for what it is. They seem to know how to handle the snow and all that. So, and as you're kind of approaching like the main building. So,
I do have a question.
Yeah.
With this being a Western-esque town,
Western/Viking, yes.
do they have spurs?
No spurs. No spurs.
Vikings with
just
spurs. What the hell?
The largest building you can see is in the center. It's this great lodge, basically. And that seems to be where Vernon and the other rangers are taking you. There is no one out on the street, probably because it's like, the middle of the night. So,
It's fair.
the couple people that are out just kind of give you like a weird look. And they look to be they're human.
I
as
give
far
them
as
a
you
weird
can
look
tell.
back.
Okay. They give it to you back.
Ugly mugging them.
Yeah. So yeah, you're walking through this village, and then you get to the main lodge, which is a great building. There's like braziers like lit on the outside. Vernon sends the other four guards away, and then he just kind of stands at the door, turns to the three of you. Let me get this straight. You're Winter,
Yes.
and you are Jimothy.
You can call me
Bobbert.
Jimbob.
You are Jimbob, and you are Arthur.
Sure.
Okay. Before we go in, I'm gonna ask you once. Hand over whatever shit you're on.
We're not on anything.
Sir, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't think I have anything on me.
Listen, you can give me a cavity search if you want, but you're not going to find any of this rocks or whatever you're talking about.
Okay, I wasn't going to offer that. That's a
I'm
little extreme.
offering.
We all woke up in a very dark room. But we have no idea where we were.
At the top of whatever tower that was.
Top of this tower in these ruins.
You were at the top of the Ancients Tower.
I guess so.
I
Yeah.
assume so. We walked down like 3 or 4 flights of stairs, right, guys?
It feels like
Yeah.
we spawned there.
All I'm gonna say is I don't know where we were before this. Maybe the goblins captured us at some point. I don't know, man.
You mentioned something
We
about
weren't
a
bound, though.
You mentioned
You're
something
right, we
about
weren't
a,
bound.
a mono craze.
Yeah.
What
Is that the
that-
crystals
what
you're
is
talking about?
The Elder will explain everything.
Hmm.
Hopefully. I don't know what. This is a pretty serious case of monocraze. So,
Sure.
and he opens the door, and then there's like 2 guards in there. He nods, and there's like this great wooden hearth in the middle, almost like reminiscent of like what you would see like a jarl's house in Skyrim.
Okay.
And he sends one of the guards further back into the thing, and there's like not really like a throne, but like a central seating area, and he shows you to it. Just nice little furnishings in here. It's warm. And he's like, "I'll be taking your weapons."
I mean, you know what? Honestly, fair enough. I'm afraid what will happen with this thing.
He takes your.
I hand it over.
Yep. He takes that, and he takes.
I hand over my bow and arrows and shuriken.
I hand him over my sword, I guess.
Thank you for being so cooperative, for once.
Yes, sir.
And he hands
course.
him to somebody else. The Elder will be with us shortly.
So, I like whisper to these two. So like, are we just sticking to the story of the truth of just we don't know?
I mean, yeah, there's nothing we can really make up.
But I wouldn't even know what to make up right now, dude. We've been through a day already. We also just walked who knows how many miles to get here, dude. Let's just, I'm too tired to lie at this point. Let's just go with the
Yeah.
flow.
I feel like it would just only bring more trouble. Yeah.
So you wait a couple more minutes, and then you hear like what sounds like a cane, and kind of hobbling out is this old little granny. And she has these thick robes on, and she kind of walks up, and she just starts looking at all three of you. She starts like smacking her lips together,
Right?
and she sits down at the bigger chair at the table. She pulls out this long pipe. She lights it. So, Vernon, these are the three that you found in the Ancient's Tower? He's like, yes. He didn't tell me one of them was Sky Australian. She's looking at you, Eric.
Sky who?
I immediately look up between the other two. I'm like, okay, which one of us is Sky Australian? I can't tell.
I don't know. Like, is that like a different region of Australia?
I didn't know there were regions.
I look back to the elder.
And then an orc.
It's
Very
not me.
strange in these parts.
Yeah, I'm from Dagda, remember? I'm not Australian, so it has to be one of you two.
And then a man with red
Yeah.
eyes. Very uncommon.
Maybe-
oh,
maybe
so
I-
I'm the Sky Australian.
Maybe, yeah.
Well. This is quite an interesting trio.
I'd say so.
So tell me from the top. You wake up in Ancient's Tower, one of the most deadly ruins in the region.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
And you
Sure.
just stroll out.
Well,
We walked down like 3 or 4 flights of stairs. We
multiple empty dark rooms.
walked into a room, found 3 goblins.
They attacked
shot-
us first.
They attacked us first. We retaliated.
I shot some sick, wicked dark beams.
2 turned to dust. 1 got shot in the back.
1 ran away. Yep, and got killed. Then we went out because we heard people coming.
Some weird, spooky, chanty shit. Some voodoo.
2 other goblins showed up, started chasing us. We got shot with arrows, and we ran into Vernon here.
No. The goblins got shot by arrows.
Oh yeah, the goblins got shot by arrows.
And then Vernon found us.
Yes.
That's our story.
That's happened.
So you just awoke at the top of the Ancient's Tower.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Does that not happen? I laughed to myself.
Vernon speaks up. Any of my men who've entered the tower have died.
I mean, look, I get it. There were a lot of goblins, but the ones we fought didn't seem like they were that crazy. I mean, we barely knew what we were doing, and we took them out.
Our friend here only got hit once.
And the elder speaks. I'm not surprised that a mage from Sky Australia was able to deal with 3 goblins.
Okay, so that definitely
Or an
confirms
orc
I'm the
from
Sky Australian.
Dagda, I hear. And this man you travel with is well armored. In fact,
Okay.
I've never seen armor that looks like this before.
Yeah, me neither. These boots are terrible.
They weren't made for walking.
Yeah, we're not.
And that's
made
what they
for-
won't do.
So, Vernon tells me he believes you have a bad case of mana craze.
What is that?
Yeah, can you please explain whatever that is? He's been saying it over and over again. I have
Mana
no clue what he's talking
craze.
about.
It's something that happens during the solstice where is when you're at an influx of magical energy.
Us?
No, it's if you come into contact with something that has a large amount of mana or spirit energy, it can put you under like a hysteria.
Oh, so like.
So like almost like a drug or affliction.
Oh, she thinks we're tripping.
I mean, it feels like it.
I mean, to be fair, if we're talking about a large amount of magical energy, whatever I fired off turned 2 goblins into dust.
I'm sure they're tripping.
And you remember nothing before this.
Not
Nope.
really. No, I know these two are like my best buds in the whole world, but outside of that, I couldn't tell you.
I know I have more friends.
The last thing I remember seeing.
I'm sure you do.
The last thing I remember seeing before I appeared in this dark room, I saw a stained glass window with someone who apparently has my likeness.
I
Yeah.
also saw this. I looked at myself this, and I gestured at myself before crashing through some stained glass window.
Same, but this, and I just kind of like pull a little bit at my ears.
Interesting. Well, and before she can speak, you hear like someone running, like sprinting down one of the halls to the main chamber.
Do my elf ears twitch when I hear it?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And then bursting out is this younger human woman in these like sleeping gowns. And she's like, which one of you can do magic?
Him.
Oh,
I immediately point to Eric.
I guess me.
She points to you. You're gonna have to teach me.
Teach? I mean, I barely know how I did it.
I don't believe you, elf.
I guess I am an elf.
Magic is innate to your people.
Okay, this is starting to make sense.
Second nature.
That would make sense of how you knew how to do it without knowing how to do it.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, well.
Who are you?
Who
Just
are-
come in here demanding stuff.
Who am I? And
Yes.
and she kind of like crosses her arms and puffs up, and the you see like the elder kind of like she kind of like sighs and face palms, and then Vernon shrugs. She's like, "My name's Angelica Ravenoff."
Is that supposed to mean something?
Yes,
Okay, what?
it means you have to do what I say. And then the elder's like, "No, Angelica, how many times did I tell you? Being a part of the elder's family does not mean you are able to boss everybody around."
So are you her mother?
No, she's my granddaughter.
Okay.
Oh, you look really young for your age. Ooh.
Okay, that one broke me a little bit. She's like,
I just gotta start.
she's
sweet
like,
talking
she's like, the flattery of orcs is well known. And she's like, "Ugh, don't listen to my grandmother. You have to do what I say."
But once again, why?
I feel like I should listen to the. Well, I feel like I don't want to speak for you. Should listen to the elder, not the elder's granddaughter. Hot take.
She kind of like looks away, and then entering from behind her is this groggy-looking older man. Not really old, like middle-aged. He's just like, "Oh, Angelica, how many times did I tell you not to yell?" And he's like very clearly like just waking up. And he's like, "Mother, what is?" And he sees the three of you. Oh. And then
Yeah.
the elder's like, Stein, these are our guests. And I imagine they're going to be staying with us for a little while.
Hi there, Mr. Stein.
Mr. Stein.
My name's Winter. This is
Jimothy.
Jimothy. And this is Arthur. We just got here.
Right.
What do you mean, right?
Right. Anyways. How many times have I told you Mother, if you're gonna invite guests into the home, at least give us a heads up. And she's like, you'll get over it.
It was a little short notice, and we're sorry for that.
Well, Stein looks around. I can probably put 3 people of your talents to work tomorrow.
Work?
Yes, I know it's probably an uncommon thing for you in Skystralia,
Look,
but us down here on the planet, truly on the planet, have to work for what we get.
What
And
do you mean
then,
by...
and before you can even say anything, the daughter cuts in, Angelica, and she's like, "That's why I need to learn magic, Dad, so I can totally help out." And he's like, "How many times have I told you? Magic is only good is as good as the hard work that you also put forth." She's like, "Uh-huh."
I look over to Pat and I'm all like, did I used to put in hard work? Is that why I got magic? I don't think I did.
I have no idea. But this Angelica lady is annoying me.
I mean...
How old is this Angelica lady?
She looks to be about your guys' age.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well, you say our age, but do our
She looks to be about your current ages. She's in our age range. She's probably mid-20s.
Okay, so are we assuming elves live a while still, or
No, she is in her mid-20s. We don't know how old your elf is yet.
Okay, I just look about mid-20s.
Yeah, everyone looks to be about in their mid-20s.
Okay, cool.
Except Jimbob, you can't really tell his age.
yeah.
Well, he's dashing either way.
Yeah.
I'm a charmer.
It's the teeth.
They're tusks.
And the elder's like, "I'll have Angelica show you to your rooms." Well, it's really only gonna be one room, but
That's fair.
I'm sure you all could use a great rest, and you can sleep off whatever substances you've been indulging in. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that you were in the Ancient's Tower and survived. A feat that many, and I mean many, cannot say.
Why is this tower so renowned? Who's the ancient?
The Ancients is what we described people that lived on Avalon before us. I would not expect a outsider like yourself to know. But at the Forgotten City and the Ancient Tower are believed to have been connected at one point, or the Ancient Tower is like an outpost of the people that came before, the Ancients. So yeah, it's just one of many of their ruins that they've left behind in Avalon. Very dangerous, monster infested. Recently, the Ancient Tower has been overcome by a goblin band. So that's why Vernon was there. He's been taking shifts, patrolling with his Grey Guard.
So it was dangerous before the goblins.
Yes.
So that explains why the goblins weren't that big of a deal.
Okay.
They're a more relatively newer threat. And it's quite suspicious that they haven't been taken out by whatever dwelled there before.
Maybe whatever dwelled there before decided it was time to move on.
Maybe whatever was there before made those goblins go crazy. Because from what I've heard from Vernon here, not all goblins are bad. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I hear the ones in Dagda are quite pleasant.
Jimbob,
Is that
did you know
true?
that?
I don't know.
Right. Well, anyways, it's past my bedtime.
I feel that right now.
Angelica, show these gentlemen to the guest room. And her father kind of shoots her like a be on your best behavior look. And she is, just to give you a little quick appearance rundown on her, she has like a, kind of like a pixie cut black hair, and she's pale and she has very blue eyes. And she looks relatively more like lean, like an athletic build, because obviously she does work in the village. So she has a little bit more of a lean build, and she's like, whatever, and then stands by one of the other hallways, waiting for you.
So before I leave the room, I do have a question for the elder, and I say, in passing, like, so like, other than watching the ancient tower, what else does this village do? Like, do you guys export stuff, or is this just
live?
You just live?
You just live, and we don't necessarily watch over the tower. We just have to deal with whatever decides to take up residence.
Is it always cold here, or do you guys like
It's
are
winter.
able to be? Oh, it is winter.
I'm winter.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Yeah, he's winter.
Do you not know how seasons work?
Well, I didn't know if this was like some up north place, like Alaska.
Like Alaska.
Like Alaska.
Well-
You wouldn't be able to grow crops in Alaska.
Avalon is at probably the northernmost part of the world, or at least one of the northern parts.
Okay, cool. Any chance maybe tomorrow we can see a map, try to get a bearing on where we're at?
Perhaps.
Okay. That's good enough for
I
me.
wish you good night. And she stands up and she hobbles away, and
Good night.
Stein helps her.
I salute.
And Angelica's by the door. Well, Vernon is also gonna. Vernon's kind of like hanging back, and then Angelica's by the other hallway, and she's like, "Well,
I'm like, okay, and I'll take the lead. And
okay." So you take the lead, and she walks. She's like, you follow her down this crafted hallway. There's a bunch of rooms that lead off to like storerooms, another meeting room, and then eventually there's like a final door on the far left. And she opens it to reveal like a great room, basically a great guest room. And then before you can walk in, she catches your arm and she's like, "But no, seriously. If you do have anything to teach, I'd be greatly appreciative."
I kind of like.
And she kind of like pulls out her hand. She's like, "My magic is more raw."
I kind of like look down at where she grabbed my arm and just like, oh, I mean, if I can figure it out, maybe. I guess it depends on what they have me doing tomorrow.
Right. Cool. Well, I'm not gonna say thank you or anything. And she like walks away.
No thanks expected.
Yeah, I don't know why she would say that. Like, it's not like you've done anything yet. Like,
Also, with her kind of type, I don't think there was going to be a thank you either way.
yeah. Well, this is in our room, by the way.
Yeah. You guys will step into the room.
Yo. Tomorrow, if she's like, never mind.
No. Please continue, Jimothy.
Fine, Winter. If she starts talking about her power being raw again, just tell her you can give her something raw.
Jesus
Oh my god!
God, Jimothy.
Oh my god!
I see.
The
On that
orcs,
note-
orcs in this world are tripping.
Jesus.
On that note, I'd like to take a look around the room. And,
Okay, so
I immediately turn away from
there,
Jimothy over here.
there
and
is
look
only
around our
there's
setting.
like one room. I mean, obviously one room. There's one bed.
There's only one
There's
bed.
only one bed.
Is it
Oh
big? at
my.
least?
It's big. It's two of you could probably. I mean, the three of you could sleep on it if you wanted.
I'm sleeping there.
All right.
I don't care if two people are sleeping with me or one person or none. But I'm sleeping on that bed.
There's like there is like a window that's kind of like frosted over that looks out.
Okay.
To the rest of the village.
All right. We all gonna try and cram on this bed.
Is there any other furnishings in this room?
There is like a recliner. There is like a posh, like the kind of chair Jimbob games in. Kind of like.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to sleep in the same bed with Jimothy.
Damn.
He touched my ass earlier.
You know that's fair.
In the dark.
That's fair. But in all seriousness,
Mm-hmm.
I think you should take her up on the offer just because.
What? I've given her something raw.
No. Of just.
God.
Can we drop that topic?
Of just like helping her out with her magic because the more we get people to trust us, I think the more things will go well for us and wherever we are. If if we don't go to sleep and then wake up back in our own world.
You know what? Very fair. We could all just be tripping. Someone could have spiked the jungle juice.
I bet that's what it is.
Probably. But either way, yeah, nah, if we wake up and we're still in this weird situation, I'll do my best once again, depending on what they decide to have me do tomorrow, apparently. Pat, what do you think about all of this, man?
Well, hold on, Arthur.
Well, hey, look, we're in private quarters right now. Judging by what's going on around here, I don't think they have anything that can record us. So I'm gonna go ahead and say.
When he says that, I start looking around.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say Pat. I'm gonna use our real names around here. I mean, we're already using your real name still.
That's fair.
So, I mean, at this point, I feel like we're just, like, in question mode. Like, we just need as many answers as possible. So yeah, I feel like the more people we can get to trust us, the bet more answers we'll be able to find.
That makes sense.
We're on a prank show.
Oh?
We're on a prank show right now.
Did you find a camera?
No, but I just have a feeling.
A prank show? How do we end up on a prank show?
Someone spiked the jungle juice, and they're playing a prank on us. They got, like, cameras everywhere. I can't find them, but I'm calling it.
Jimbob, prank shows died in like the 2010s, dude.
I'd rather say we went back in time rather than we went to another world.
Jimbob, I casted magic earlier, dude. We disintegrated little green men.
I'm just trying to give us an out, man.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. Look, you know what? Let's just sleep.
I go to sleep.
Somebody just rolls over.
Oh.
All right, we'll assess in the morning. I'm gonna jump in the recliner and catch some fat Z's.
They still have our weapons and everything, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Or at least everything we handed over. I don't know if I have anything else on.
I never
but-
gave him my shield, so I'll be using it as a blanket.
They never did that cavity search.
I guess, assuming there's still more room in the bed, I will go ahead and share a bed with Orc Bob.
Orc Bob.
Okay. So, there is like a small hearth fireplace that was already lit.
Okay.
So that way it is warm in there.
Nice.
So Pat, do you everyone de-armors? I'm guessing, right?
I'm not wearing armor, am I?
Well, yeah, you're wearing like leather, like
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm de-armoring it.
Yeah, de-armor.
I'll go ahead and take off whatever out. I'm gonna keep my cloak on me as like
Okay,
a blanket.
so Eric, you take off the cloak, and you see the crest for the first time, the silver crown and silver scepter on the violet field.
Okay. You know, maybe that's how this person knew I was Sky Australian. Is this like a national flag or something?
And then Pat, while you're taking off the armor, you're noticing as you're taking it off, it's like, he puts it down, and you guys can hear like an audible like, gong, like it's way heavier than it looks. And you definitely feel faster now. You feel more light. You feel like.
I just like do the stretches.
Yeah,
and roll
like
my shoulders.
like a weight, like you were wearing some Piccolo weighted armor, basically.
Yeah.
You got that Dragon Ball armor.
Yeah.
Sheesh, Pat, you been walking around with that all day?
I guess so. It didn't even feel heavy.
What about you, Jimbob? Strip, 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 strip.
I start stripping.
Well, as Jim Bob would, he takes off as much clothes as possible to stay warm, revealing this fucking ripped orc bod,
Hey,
battle scarred.
yo.
And interestingly enough, well, not interesting, kind of dark. There's like hash marks on his wrist.
Mhm.
There's like 20 of them, like little like tallies.
Oh. Jimbob, you going through it right now?
Apparently. Well, they're like scarred up, alright?
Yeah, they're like
Apparently I was going through it. Doesn't look like I'm going through
they're
it.
not
right
like
now.
they're like they look like intentional tallies.
Yeah, but they're not like new.
No, there's no new
Yeah.
ones.
Well, whatever this body is, they were going through it. I don't know how to refer to it yet.
Jimothy was going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are shacking up together, right?
Yeah, I figure why
Alright,
not.
so you shack up. Pat's getting the chair.
Yeah, and I'm using like my cloth, like fur
Yeah,
robe
fur
thing as a
robe.
blanket.
I wear no covers. I'm just exuding heat.
Well, then I'm once again I'm covering myself with my cloak because it's familiar at this point. It's the only thing I really have that's like, this has been on me the whole time. I'm gonna use this. It's my comfort blanket right
Neither
now.
of us are using the cover.
So as our three heroes kind of trail off into some type of slumber, the camera, the metaphorical camera that has been following them, kind of zooms out of the lodge. And zooms out and zooms out. Back over to the ancient castle, or the ancient tower.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a figure walking amongst the snow. A rather large-looking figure. And he's surrounded by goblins.
Okay.
And he kind of puts his hand to like some of the tracks that are lightly snowed over at this point. The ash pile of the goblin. He kind of puts his hands to the ash, rubs it, and the camera begins to zoom in. And this is a large figure, larger than any male. I mean, human, anything. As almost like a cinematic shot, he turns around and you see this red goblinoid face, and he has these battle marks. You are each going to gain a Fabula point as a villain has not been introduced.
Okay. First villain arc. Let's go.
And then he takes the ash, and as the camera is zooming off from his face and zooming back out, you see him marking the heads of the goblins, and their eyes begin to go like enraged. And he says, "To the village, it burns tonight." And that's where we're in the first session.
Sheesh.
I see.
I'm sure it would have been longer, but honestly, the setup took a lot longer than we thought it was going to.
Yeah, there was a little bit more, but I think it's a good spot to end it.
We know for next time.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so this
That was really fun.
yeah, it's been really fun so far. The system's interesting from what we kind of know. I'm definitely gonna read up more on this before next session.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna take notes of where everything is in the PDF, so if I need their quick reference.
Yeah, I just been taking screenshots of like certain parts.
Yeah.
And just sifting through it.
Mm.
That's a smart idea.
That's
Yeah.
It definitely, I think the next session is going to run a little bit smoother rules wise.
Yeah.
But to you, the viewer, I feel like it helps to go through the rules every now and then.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we can probably keep explaining what we're doing at the moment. I mean, if anybody
Yeah.
else is interested in playing this like we are, that they can learn with us.
For sure.
And just go over the classes. I am playing a rogue ranger.
I have 3 classes actually. I am playing a wayfarer, entropist, spiritist. Basically, quick explanation for all those because those are kind of weird names. Wayfarer is just kind of like a general adventurer for the most part. Entropist is like I control like dark magic and like time magic and stuff with that. And spiritist is more of like the priest of this where I can heal and do light magic.
I am playing a Dark Blade and a Fury. Fury is basically like the more damage I take, the stronger I get. And then Dark Blade, I just exude edgy energy,
The Dark Knight of our group.
pretty much. Yep.
And I'm playing the role of everyone else. So, anyway, yeah, like I said, make sure you guys gain that Fabula point because the villain's been introduced in the story.
Yep, I have it written down.
And yeah, so I think that went pretty well, all things considered.
Yeah, for our first session where we didn't know a lot of what we were doing. That went pretty
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, that went really well. That was
So
fun.
I think we're going to be doing this as of now every other week. So not next week, but the week after we'll be back.
Shooting for Wednesday releases at the
Yeah.
moment.
So I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as we did playing it. And yeah. Till next time.
So before you hit that button, I'd like to go ahead and point out, as usual with the podcast, you can catch us on Twitter at Arclight Brigade. You can catch us on our Gmail if you want to send us an email for whatever reason, asking us a question, give us suggestions, tips, pointers, or anything you'd like to hear from us in the future.
About the podcast or Fabula Ultima.
Yeah, you can hit us there, arclightbrigade@gmail.com. And, I mean, obviously, this is going to be going up on our YouTube and our Spotify, both of which can be found under Arclight Studios, I believe.
I think so.
Either way, just searching up Arclight Podcast or Arclight Adventures will get you to our stuff here.
Yes. And also, once again, shout out to Michael Galfi for the music.
Honestly, this has been really dope music to have for this session, so I do appreciate it.
It was really good.
Yeah, we will also be linking his stuff in the description
Yeah.
below.
So you guys can use that for your tabletop gaming. Tons of music to use. But yeah.
But to wrap it up, stay gaming.
Stay
gaming.
tabletop
Gaming.
gaming.